Welcome to Jane Jackson Careers, a podcast that takes your career to the next level. Here's your host, Jane Jackson, author of Amazon Careers bestseller, Navigating Career Crossroads.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. You can get a free audiobook download and free 30-day trial at audibletrial.com/Jane Jackson Careers. There are over 180,000 book titles to choose, so give it a go and get your free audiobook today from audibletrial.com/Jane Jackson Careers. Well, hello and welcome back to my Careers podcast. Now today I am delighted to introduce to you a past client of mine, Lucy Maglione, who has made a really interesting career change from manager of investment accounting at IAG Asset Management to founder of Hamper Gift Gallery, a premium gourmet food and hamper store. Lucy is the mother of two gorgeous girls, Nicola, age 16, and Olivia, age 10, and was born and bred in Sydney, so she is a true mumpreneur. Prior to starting Hamper Gift Gallery, Lucy was a certified practicing accountant for over 20 years, working in a large chartered accounting firm as well as general insurance companies. Like many others experienced during their corporate careers, she was faced with a redundancy in 2010, which led her to seriously think about what she wanted in her career. Now, during this transition, I was Lucy's coach. She was provided with an outplacement program at Lee Hecht Harrison, where I'm an executive consultant, as part of her redundancy package. During our coaching sessions, she realized that she no longer wanted to work in accounting, or for anyone else for that matter, and I'm sure many of us have felt that way before, but instead she wanted to start her own business, and the rest is history, as they say. So let's find out more about her career path and how she made the exciting transition into entrepreneurship and what Hamper Gift Gallery is all about. So good morning, Lucy, and welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jane. Good morning.
Good
Thanks
morning.
for having me.
Oh, I'm just so excited because we worked so closely together when you were going through your outplacement coaching program, and then you had all these wonderful epiphanies and what you really wanted to do about your career, and now you've transitioned into entrepreneurship. So how about let's find out about your career path, because anyone who's thinking of making a change can feel quite daunted about the process. So how about let's find out about you and your early days. What career did you dream about when you were a young girl?
Well, Jane, when I was a young girl, I actually wanted to be a nurse. Now, I know that is completely different to what I actually became, but yeah, I really wanted to be a nurse. So probably until year 11 at school, I really had it in my head that I wanted to do nursing, but then I really didn't have a lot of career guidance at school at the time. And also my parents weren't too keen on me being a nurse because they thought it would be long hours. They didn't like the shift work. So then I decided to do accounting because it was a nice, safe career. The salary would be guaranteed, so you can say. So I sort of steered in that direction instead, which I really don't regret.
Yeah, interesting for you to say your parents were thinking that it would be a nice, safe career, when really with all the changes in just about every industry these days and the redundancies that happen, what career can possibly be safe anymore?
That is so true, Jane. But see, my father, he was a migrant, so he came from Italy in the early 60s, and he worked for one company for 35 years. And back in those days, loyalty really mattered, and companies really appreciated and valued people and employees who were loyal to them and who stuck around. So he was probably thinking the same thing. Get a job at a nice big company and your future will be secure.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I interviewed another executive coach, Brian Quirk, a few podcasts ago, and he's in his mid-60s now, and he said exactly the same as what your father, went through. He started working and he was thinking, okay, job for life, you start in one company and then it progresses. But these days things have changed so much, and portfolio careers and maybe staying in a company 3 or 4 years and then moving on, or else there's a restructure which forces you to move on, is a lot more common, isn't it?
It is. And that's pretty much what happened with me during my career, because I started off, once I finished my Bachelor of Business degree and then I completed my CPA, I started working for a chartered firm, a large chartered accounting firm, but then I was only there for 4 years because then at the time they merged with another company and I didn't really like the idea of joining this other company because the corporate culture was different. So then I decided that was the time for me to move into industry. So that's when I got a job at I think it was HIH. Yes, it was HIH Insurance back then. And we all know what happened with HIH, but I loved working at HIH, and I probably still would have been there if the company didn't go under. So I was only there for about 5 years, and then I moved on to Allianz, which I really didn't like. It didn't really fit. It wasn't a really good fit for me. And then I went across to IAG, which I absolutely loved as well. So I was there for about 12 years, and then my redundancy happened.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. So there you were working in chartered accountancy, and then you moved into industry. So 4 years in chartered accountancy, 5 years in one company, which closed, then into another company where you didn't actually enjoy the culture quite as much, and then 12 years in another insurance company as well. So you've had your changes, but always within the same sort of job function.
I know. Yeah. I've always chosen the safe career choices. Yeah.
And okay, so now as a chartered accountant and doing the work that you did, what was most enjoyable about your accounting work? And, you're a manager of investment accounting as well. So what did you like about that aspect of your career?
In chartered?
Yeah.
Well, I was in chartered very early on in my career. So that was before I actually completed my CPA program. I really enjoyed it because I was in auditing. So what that meant is I got to go around visiting a lot of different companies and auditing their accounts. And I really enjoyed that because I actually got to meet quite a lot of people. So that was a highlight. And some of the companies were large companies, so we'd spend months there, and other companies were tiny little companies. I remember one, it was at Palm Beach. So we used to have to trek to Palm Beach every day. And there was a lovely lady who used to live there, and we used to actually audit the books in her servants' quarters. So it was just amazing. It was great. And she'd come out and bring us morning tea every day and afternoon tea. It was just lovely. I really, really enjoyed my time there, and I really enjoyed the people that I worked with.
Yeah, it sounds like you like getting out and about and meeting lots of people, which probably will put you in good stead as you continue to market Hamper Gift Gallery as well. Yes. But before we go into Hamper Gift Gallery, okay, so then you went into industry and you worked for a number of insurance companies. Tell me, for the benefit of those who are, in accounting as well and who are thinking of following that as a career path, what were the good things about following a career path in industry, in the insurance industry?
Okay, well, I always thought, for me, it was always easy to find a job. Yeah. So it was easy to find a job. I got to work with pretty nice people. The salary was quite good.
Okay, so it sounds like with the insurance industry, it felt reasonably stable. You had a steady income, but I'm getting the sense that there was something missing. So what did you feel was missing?
Yeah, there was always something missing because it really wasn't my passion. I wasn't passionate about accounting. I liked it. Yeah, I was good at it. Yeah, but was I passionate about it? No, not really. So, but the thing is, I didn't really know what I wanted to do at the time. So I just kept working, and I did enjoy it. But at the back of my mind, I always knew that one day I wanted to start my own business. And my sister Lisa, she's an ex-marketing executive, and she always had that idea at the back of her mind as well. But it was never a good opportunity for us to join forces because we both got married at different times, and she had 4 children, I had 2 children, so it was never really the right time. So when the redundancy came up, that seemed to be the perfect time, and we decided it's now or it's never. So if we don't try out now, then we've missed our opportunity. So that's when we decided, okay, we'll give it a go. So that's why I'm in business with my sister.
Which is so nice because you know each other so well. But actually, it's so true. When it comes to a redundancy, a lot of my clients have said it was really a blessing in disguise because it was a wake-up call for them to take action in their careers, because everyone would get so comfortable in their careers and they're not 100% happy, but better the devil you know than the devil you don't, and I'll just stick to it because here's a steady income. And yet the years go by and you're not really that happy, and you're not really that passionate. And so now with the redundancy, reassessing what you wanted, you seize the opportunity to go into business with your sister. How did you come across the idea of starting up a Hamper Gift Gallery business?
Well, at the time, we were throwing around various ideas. We knew we wanted something online, so we knew that we didn't really want a retail shop, like a physical shop front. So it was just a matter of thinking about, okay, well, what are we good at? What products do we like? And then because my sister has a lot of contacts in the corporate world and I have a lot of contacts in the corporate world, and it's really nice to still be in contact with those people, we decided, okay, we'll provide a service for corporates. So that's how the idea came about.
Okay. And so what were the challenging aspects of you starting up this business? What was really hard?
In the actual design, getting the design in the website was really, really tough. That was hard for us. You really, really need to do a lot of homework before you engage a web designer, or else it'll cost you a lot of money and a lot of time. So that was a real eye-opener, because at the time I think we were a little bit naive. We just assumed that you build the website, then you sit back and then everyone will come and buy stuff.
What a misconception. I know I'm always trying to drive traffic to my website. People do buy stuff, but it's so much hard work to drive the traffic there. Once they find you, it's great, but there's competition out there too.
That's right. Yeah. And I remember the day we went live and then we were just waiting.
Okay.
And then we thought, let's Google our website. And Jane, I'm not joking you, I think we're on page 23 of Google. And I remember ringing up the web designer saying, we're on page 23. How do we get on page 1? And that's when it all started. Well, for $500 a month, you can engage us and, for an effective SEO package, but it'll take a minimum of 6 months to see any difference and blah, blah, blah. So that's when all the money started pouring out of our pockets, you could say. But we actually decided not to go down that road because at the time we had invested a lot of money into the website and also into the product. So we really didn't have that extra $500 a month to spend on SEO. And also it wasn't even guaranteed. They wouldn't even guarantee that we'd be on page 1 or page 2 for that matter of Google.
And being on page 1 is so important because, to be quite honest, I never even go to page 2.
No, neither do I.
Yeah, if it's not in the top half of the page, it's gone, and then I'll go and do another search. So what did you do to start to drive traffic to your website?
Okay, well, first of all, we decided to let all our contacts know. So all of our network, we let them know that we started a new business. We set up Facebook account, we set up an Instagram account, and then we just let all our friends, family, colleagues know that we had started a business, and then we tried to drive traffic to our website that way. And also because we are after the corporate clients, we do have some connections and we approach them directly with some special offers in the hope that they would come to our website and hopefully give us a go. And that did happen late last year. So we only launched at the end of November last year, but because it's at the tail end of Christmas, that was quite hard for us.
Yeah, so the timing was a little bit. You needed to really launch September and then start driving traffic.
And that was the goal. But we had issues with the web design and so forth, so it didn't really happen like that.
Actually, I have to mention the website is hampergiftgallery.com.au, and it is beautiful. I'll mention it again at the end of the show. But you've got such beautiful products, and so you used Facebook, you used Instagram, you started telling your friends, using your network to drive traffic, and also I know you've started doing email marketing as well.
Oh yes.
Because I've got the most beautiful emails from you with beautiful pictures of your special offers over Christmas. So I think the email marketing must be really quite effective for you as well.
Yeah, it is. So because my sister Lisa has that marketing background, I'm not sure whether I could have done it without Lisa, because she's the creative force behind the business and I'm the more technical force behind the business. So we complement each other. So yeah, we do the marketing campaigns through the emails, and then we also built a partnership with an event company, and that's managed to drive a bit of traffic as well to our site.
Okay, well, you've got to sort of put your fingers in every pie in order to generate the interest as well, plus have incredible products. So, first of all, tell me, how do you source your products, and what are the challenges there?
Okay, most of the products we source are Australian made. So they're not the regular products that you would find at Coles or Woolies or the IGA. So they're products that are usually stocked at, say, the David Jones food hall. So we really wanted that premium product. So most of the food products are Australian. Most of our wines are Australian, and sparkling wines as well. But we do stock Verve and Moe because we find that our clients really want those products.
Well, nothing nicer than a little bit of Verve, but of course we've got to support the Aussies as well.
I know.
So you've got really specialty products. Well, a few months ago you were so kind to support the community as well, because I was raising funds for Camp Quality, and so I had that Dine at Mine dinner, and Lucy, you were so kind to give me all of those hampers and your products for the attendees for the dinner while we were raising money for Camp Quality. And the products, I have to tell you, they were so good. And all the antipasto, your amazing, little jars of olives and antipasto peppers, and it was delicious. Really lovely.
Gorgeous. We source those ones from Western Australia. And before we decide to put any products in our hampers, we actually sample the products. So if we don't like them, they don't go in our hampers.
Well, nothing nice than trying a few truffles and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So your typical working day is a fair amount of sampling, I suppose.
I know. Well, at the beginning of this year, I was actually putting on a bit of weight because I was sampling all the chocolates. So I decided not to do that. I was having chocolate nearly every day, which isn't very good.
Oh, actually, you had some of the chocolates in the in what you had provided for my charity night as well, and they were really yummy. Everyone said how nice they were.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So tell me, starting a business, becoming an entrepreneur, I mean, there's a lot of things that would have gone through your head and a bit of anxiety, I'm sure. What were your key challenges to actually setting up the business besides the website?
Okay. Besides the website, probably selling. And selling the product and selling myself. Because being an accountant, I've always worked behind a desk. I've never really had to speak to a lot of outside people outside of my organisation. And I've never had to sell anything. And I've never worked in retail either. So that's been a real challenge for me, and it still is a challenge for me today, trying to get myself out there and sell my product.
And so how do you overcome that reluctance?
Yeah, it's really hard, Jane. I'm still learning that. I just try and put myself out there. So I try and sell the product as best as I can. I practice what I'm going to say before I meet with people, because I actually get nervous speaking to people. So, yeah, it's quite hard for me.
Yeah, I think selling is really the hardest thing for most people as well, because you feel like you're trying to push something onto someone. But, developing relationships, that's the most important thing. And it's like, I know you and I know your products are great. And so my recommendations hopefully will generate more interest as well. And anyone who's tried your products would know that they're great. And also, I have to say, the boxes that your hampers come in are so beautiful. These big white boxes wrapped with an amazing red ribbon and just gorgeous little tag, which is black and silver tag. It looks absolutely stunning and is perfect for Christmas, coming up. So anyway, I'm very excited. So
and we also have black boxes as well.
Oh, you do now? Okay, I've only seen the white ones.
I'll have to send you one of those, a black one with the black grosgrain ribbon with the white saddle stitch. That's beautiful. But we get asked all the time where we get our boxes from.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful.
It took us a long, long time to find those boxes. So we went through probably 20 suppliers before we decided on those.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they're amazing because they've got that nice magnetic closure as well. So they're really, really good quality boxes. Yeah. So it's quite a treat to receive something
we're pleased with them.
from you guys. Okay, so for someone who wants to get into entrepreneurship, what would you consider to be the top 3 tips for success?
Top 3 tips? Probably to know your market. So do a lot of research before you start. Know who your competitors are. And know what they're doing. Know their product, and do it better.
Yeah,
pretty much. So that would be one of my tips. My other tip would be to engage a really good web designer, because the website, especially if you want an online store, that's your shop and that's your corporate image, say. So you need to make sure that the website reflects who you want to be, how you want to be reflected out there. And my third tip is to build some good partnerships with others who are like-minded and people that you can help promote each other's ideas.
Yeah, okay. So know your market, know your competitors and be better than them to really get a good web designer, especially if you've got an online store. So the e-commerce is important and be able to drive traffic to it and get some good partnerships so that you can really cross-promote each other.
That's right.
Oh, fantastic. I think that's really, really helpful. Also, your experiences and your challenges of actually setting up the business would be so helpful to anyone else who's thinking about setting up their own online businesses as well. So where do we find you and where can we get your amazing products, Lucy?
Okay, Jane, you can find us at www.hampergiftgallery.com.au, and if people go to that site and sign up to our newsletter, at the moment, in the lead up to Christmas, we're offering weekly promotions. So if you sign up, some of those promotions may be relevant to you. You might be interested, but then again, you also know if we've got new products on the market, so you're up to date with everything that we're doing at Hamper Gift Gallery.
And I believe you've got a special discount for our listeners today.
Yes, we do. So up until the end of this year, with any order, we are offering $10 off any order, and the hampers are delivered nationwide.
So your special offer for our listeners is valid until the 31st of December. And if you go to hampergiftgallery.com.au, you enter this code, the number 10OFF. So basically, the code is 10 off. Perfect. And we can also reach you at Instagram and on Facebook. So it's the handle for Instagram and Facebook is at Hamper Gift Gallery. And you've got some of the most amazing photos in there of all of your products as well. So I suggest go and have a look and see and find the lovely wines and chocolates and biscuits and everything else that you've got too. So interesting. So Lucy, what's your plan for 2016?
Okay, for 2016, we don't actually, Jane, I don't know, we haven't got a plan yet.
It's an organic business that you're growing. I like it. I like it that way. Well, obviously it's going
No,
pretty
it's pretty
well.
much building more relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to connect more with our local community as well, because I live in southern Sydney, and there's a lot of there are a lot of businesses and industry out here. So our goal is to connect with as many of them as we can.
Yeah, I think that's a really good plan because it'll really get your name out there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? When you've got a business and it's growing, sometimes you get so busy that you're in the business and you forget to plan as well. So the good news is the fact that you don't actually have a plan. It means you're so busy selling your products. That's a good thing. However, we'll need to rein you in the new year and think, okay, what's the plan going to be moving forward? Because the business is going to just grow. And so I guess one of the things that you'll really need to think about is how are you going to be able to scale the business when it really goes skyrocketing because everyone gets to know your business. So let me know if I can help.
Yes. Well, we've already started. So we've already hired a warehouse. So we're subleasing a warehouse. So at least we're not working from home anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes such a difference when you actually move the business out of your home and into, either a warehouse or into an office, because then it feels like, it's really happening. So I'm very excited for you.
So we're excited too.
Yeah, this is great. And I can see really good things for the business as well. And you've made such a big change from, a reasonably safe corporate or so-called safe corporate role as an accountant working behind the scenes to being the face of the business and having to really put yourself out there. It's a huge change, but what would you say is the best thing about going into entrepreneurship?
The best thing about going into entrepreneurship, I would say, is I get to work from home or from my office now. I get to set my own working hours. I also get to make my own decisions, which I'm really happy about. And most importantly, I'm at home when the girls get home, when my children get home, because they're still young and they still need a mother when they get home. So that's really important to me.
Yeah, and it must be so nice. And Nicola and Olivia, your two girls, they must be so proud of mum. So proud.
They are so proud, Jane. They're just, So I think I've really inspired them. To follow their dreams and to do something that they're passionate about, because especially my oldest daughter, she's starting year 11 and she doesn't know what to do for a career. So she's sort of steering towards what's safe as well. And I'm sort of trying to drum into her, Nicola, you need to do what you're passionate about. Do what you're passionate about.
Yeah. It's so true. I mean, like with all of my coaching, I'm trying to instill in clients that they need to know what their passion is and their true direction. Because if you know what's the right direction for you, where your talents lie, and you feel really excited about it, that sweet spot, that intersection between passion and direction is where you're going to really thrive. And I think it sounds like you found it. Certainly with my coaching, I found it. And I hope for Nicola and Olivia as well, with mum as inspiration, that they'll find their true passion and direction early on in their careers as well.
Yeah, I'm really loving it, Jane.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so pleased. It's great. And so exciting to be able to talk to you on this podcast as well. Thank you so much for your time today, Lucy, and for coming on the show. And if anyone wants to find out more, it's hampergiftgallery.com.au to have a look at the products. And I'll have all of that information in my show notes on my website at janejacksoncoach.com as well. And so thank you so much, Lucy, and all the best for your business, and have a really wonderful Christmas.
Thanks, Jane. It was lovely chatting with you.
Nice to talk to you too. Bye, Lucy.
Bye-bye.
Today's podcast is brought to you by audible.com. You can get a free audiobook download and free 30-day trial at audibletrial.com/Jane Jackson Careers. There are over 180,000 book titles to choose, so give it a go and get your free audiobook today from audibletrial.com/Jane Jackson Careers.
You've been listening to Jane Jackson Careers. Sign up to receive regular career advice at janejacksoncoach.com.